Vivacious, vigilant Virgos, welcome. It is Sachi, and we are here to do some guided healing where we take a look into what wound you are healing or what wound is being triggered, what is keeping you stuck on your healing journey, how to get you unstuck, and then some general advice on how to heal that wound. Just a little bit of an announcement. Just a friendly reminder that the top 2 videos with the most likes do get a bonus reading. So I hope you guys enjoyed your bonus reading back in September. If you missed the eclipse reading, there is a general, so I'm recording this on the 8th, which is the eclipse. And there's a collective reading for everyone. And then if you are an Eagle or Phoenix member, then there are the individual signs. From now on, I'm going to be doing these readings like this per sign, where there's a, one published on YouTube and one in the extended on my website every other month. When I hit 100 subscribers to either Eagle or Phoenix members, then I am going to go back to doing them monthly. So, we have Mars retrograding in the constellation Taurus, and it's pretty much all about needing to be mindful of where energy is, of how things are moving forward. And I'm really trying to prioritize my time and energy, putting it into things that are giving back to me. So hopefully this community will grow a little bit on YouTube more. And just a reminder, follow me on Instagram. That's where I post daily. But anyway, let's get started. All right, so this is what came out in the cleansing ceremony. We had 3 of Pentacles in reverse, 3 of Wands, 10 of Wands, Knight of Swords, 7 of Swords, Tower in reverse, 10 of Swords. So really a lot going on for you, Virgo. Basically what I was getting is something really didn't work out. It may have been a work situation or something involving you and 2 other people, but basically it's like someone didn't listen is what I'm getting in some sort of way. But something didn't work out and you realize that you had to let it go. The 3 of Wands in this deck for me is if you love it, let it go. If it's meant to be yours, it'll return. And so you decided to let things go. 10 of Wands, things became too much of a burden. You really weren't sure where you were going after this point of letting things go. And you knew you had to let stuff go because basically things were sort of falling through the cracks in some sort of way. Like, see how he's carrying all these sticks? He's dropping them behind him, not even recognizing. He also can't see what's behind him or in front of him because it's just too much on his plate. 10 of Wands can be trying to do too much. And, it's like you were just trying to go forward just to go forward with the Knight of Swords is what I was getting. It's like you just wanted to keep going on this, whatever it is. And you recognize that, again, with the letting go, you recognize that you had to walk away from something. There's a bit of an abandonment issue here. With the Tower in reverse, it's like you didn't want to cause a tower moment. It's like you didn't want this doom and gloom destruction. Everything comes crashing down. So instead, it was a 10 of Swords moment, kind of like a stabbing in the back, and they'll sort of never know. It feels kind of a little bit sneaky, to be honest. This could have been done to you. But it seems like instead of sort of, it feels like backdoor information, if that makes sense. It's like instead of coming to someone's face or someone coming to face you and telling them the information, it was kind of like left behind in some sort of way. Instead of dealing with it directly is kind of what it feels like. Then we had Daylight using Scratch in reverse. So this is telling me we have barely scratched the surface about this type of energy that is in your sacral. So it's where you emotionally and sensually connect to others. And with Rosalia cut, this can say that you have cut someone out, especially in your heart chakra. This can also kind of be like the 3 of Swords. Rosalia is a poison type. So, poison in the heart chakra is never good. Or cuts on the heart chakra, right? So anyway, that's what came out in the cleansing ceremony. As I mentioned, what we're going to do is take a look at what wounds you are healing, what is keeping you stuck, how to get you unstuck, and then some general advice on how to heal this wound. So I hope that you are well, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed your very long, beautiful birthday season. All right, let's see here. What is going on, Virgos? Virgos. And of course, if you're watching this, I do recommend that you get a sky app, Sky Safari or Night Sky, and look at the sky the moment that you were born. It's really different than a chart, and really brings you a lot of different type of information. And yeah, make sure you see where the sun is. That's what I really wanted to say. To see if you're a true Virgo, if the sun really is in the constellation Virgo. So I feel like that was just a message from what I was saying, but we'll still keep it out for now. So with the sun, that can be, you know, inner child healing. Sun usually is talking about things that are, you know, going good and things like that. Okay, I'm getting intuitively to put it back. All right, let's see. What's the wound that you are working on? If it wants to come out again, it will. Queen of Cups in reverse. I was kind of feeling that with the sun, honestly. There's this energy of the mother wound and like motherhood and things like that, and the inability to sort of pull energy back. I was kind of, even though the sun is very like a positive card, I was sort of picking up on this, and it's telling me that in the Queen of Cups as well is like sort of like the innocence of a child doing something that where they don't know better, and then like a mother just completely going to town on the child, just like breaking them down even when they don't know better, right? It's a kid. You don't understand what you should and shouldn't do, and even if you do, it's like, okay, well, if a child's doing something wrong on purpose, then why are they seeking attention? Do they need more affection? Do they need more quality time? Do they need more words of affirmation, and so on? So some of you might be working with love languages here, but Queen of Cups in reverse is really telling me you're having difficulty with your emotional regulation, specifically on how to hold back on emotional regulation. So when your emotions sort of take over, you may snap and kind of act like a mean mom. Either that or you're dealing with a mean mom archetype. Let's see. Any more here? No. All right, let's look into the light. Coming out stuck is Machop using kick and knock back. So yeah, this is fighting type energy. And with kick and knock back, this is sort of a kick to the gut is kind of what I'm feeling. Machop is all about sort of chopping things out. So hopefully this is not resulting in any sort of physical violence. But it's sort of like you've been knocked back. Perhaps that you've been really working on emotional regulation, or a connection that you have with whoever the Queen of Cups is in your life, or the inverted Queen of Cups, I should say. You've been working on this relationship, but something really knocked it back, because there is a lot of this fighting type energy that's in the light. It says, it hefts a graveler repeatedly to strengthen its entire body. It uses every type of martial arts. So this is talking about, you know, throwing rocks, right? Graveler is like a giant boulder, basically. And that's kind of what I'm getting of, you know, like the metaphor of like, you know, stoning someone or something like that, right? It's like if they do something wrong, people like throw rocks at them and things like that. And so, yeah, I feel like you're dealing with someone who's sort of, even public humiliation is kind of what I'm feeling here. When it's talking about knowing every type of martial arts, so it's possible that some of you are, you know, getting into martial arts in some way. But I feel like it's more, you know, with martial arts, it's kind of about the flow of energy. And again, it feels like the flow of energy is just being used for fighting and sort of casting blame stones is what I'm hearing. What's the shadow? Both want to come out hiding. We have Barabelle using continuous headbutt and Chansey using hammer in. Yeah. So Barabelle is talking about continuous headbutt, and it's a normal type, which is communication. So this is telling me that you have a continuous headbutt in communication with a particular person. Again, there is a lot of fighting energy, and so things are being continuously headbutting between you and this person. Maribel is also Beaver Spirit, and Beaver Spirit is all about, you know, damming water, right? Which can symbolize blockages in the emotional body. And so this is telling me what is happening in the shadow, you know, the unseen forces, what's happening to your astral self and higher dimensional self, is there are a lot of emotional blockages. And sometimes we think, you know, if we're just expressing our emotions constantly, that there's not an emotional blockage, but really it is, because part of it is, you know, like the inability to control one's emotions or emotional outbursts is actually a blockage. It says, it makes its nest by damming streams with bark and mud. It is known as an industrious worker. And so I feel like basically you're just trying to work things out. Typical Virgo, right? It feels like you're dealing with someone who is very, very difficult. I mean, obviously you're continuously butting heads. And it seems like you're trying to make use of this dirt and mud and sticks and things like that. But, and you know, it's kind of like, these are the wands, right? It's like using all of your energy, all of your firepower to try to stop these emotions, right? And yeah, it looks like you're really trying to put a lot of work into this. But again, with Chansey Hammer In, you know, anytime hammer in comes out, it's kind of saying like you have to hammer in what has already been said. But the problem is there still is this conflict, right? There still is this sort of, you know, unhealthy emotional connection here. And with Chansey is the healer Pokemon. So it does look like, again, you are really trying to heal things. You know, you may be working on healing these emotional blockages and stuff. But again, there still is a continuous headbutt. And again, it feels like you made some sort of progress, but that things really got knocked back. It says, the eggs laid by Chansey are rich in nutrients and a favorite food of many Pokemon. So anytime it's talking about eggs laid, again, there can be a mother-child sort of connection. And I'm also getting that this may be influencing like menses for some of you. All right, so let's see here what's keeping you stuck. What is keeping you stuck here? All right, okay. The Fool coming out stuck in the shadow with the Nine of Cups. So basically, it's like you're making some sort of wish that things will change. You know, the Fool represents going on a new journey, taking a new leap of faith. And it seems like what's happening is you keep giving this person another chance, or you think things are going to change. Hey, let's start afresh. Let's just do this. But again, you know, hammer it in. It's still a continuous headbutt, regardless. And with the Nine of Cups here, you know, again, it's like just wishing for something to be better. But, you know, you keep wishing for these new chances, basically, Chansey. And, you know, they keep happening, but again, it's just sort of the same thing over and over again, no matter how many times that you try. Let's see what's the light energy here. We have Carablast using Peck. So this is the heart chakra, and Peck is giving me an energy of sort of like a peck on the cheek sort of thing. So I am getting, sort of like small tokens of affection, kind of. But Carablast is a very interesting type. So Carablast is inherently connected to this Pokemon called Shelmet. And Shelmet is kind of like a night type because it has like this helmet. But anyway, so when Carablast and Shelmet are together, even though they're two different species, they actually evolve because their nervous system goes through an activation and they go through like this electrical stimulation. So I feel like the blockage here is that, you know, your nervous system is kind of addicted to this person. It's like when you're around, you have these biochemical reactions, even if it's continuously headbutting. You know, sometimes continuously headbutting with someone feels like home. And maybe this is part of the mother wound. Maybe you and your mother figure or father figure, right? Gender can be different in parents now, but, you know, maybe you and your mom were constantly always fighting. So, you know, that's how you were close to each other. That's kind of the only way that you connected. So then when you're fighting with this other person, your body, it feels like your mommy, you know what I mean? And so your body is naturally sort of seeking that attention. So I'm definitely getting a lot of nervous system stimulation. And again, it's like this wish to have another chance and to start afresh. But again, every time that you do, it's just this continuous headbutt. It says, these mysterious Pokemon evolve when they receive electrical stimulation while they're in the same place as Shelmet. Yeah, exactly what I just said. So, you know, it's like, and even Carablast kind of looks like he's going on some sort of new adventure as well. He's sort of on that path, and the sun is there. So again, there is this energy of sort of, you know, oh, I'm happy, things are going good, but it's like, are they really though? Because yeah, it seems like your nervous system is just hyper, you know, you and this person have nervous system activations around each other, which is a stress response, not a love response. Like oxytocin and dopamine don't seem to be, you know, being released. This seems more like a cortisol response, a stressor response. Let's see what's the shadow here. Definitely coming out with a wham, going right to Barabel. We have Feebas and Trainer Pokemon Breeder. Okay, so part of it, you know, I was kind of getting like mother-child sort of thing. So some of you maybe have children with this person, or may have, you know, like children, or maybe might be pregnant or something like that. Or perhaps maybe you share animals or something like that. You have a fur baby. But also Pokemon Breeder, Trainer indicates somebody else's energy, right? So it can also be, of course, you know, in the shadow, this can be the relationship with your mother or father figure that's coming out as a holographic here. And so Phoebus using surprise attack, again, it feels like there's this energy of your nervous system, right? Water, your emotional body being activated by a surprise attack. And Feebas is known to sort of be kind of a bottom feeder. It can like live in really disgusting waters because it can like adapt to really toxic emotional environments. And that's kind of what it feels like has happened, is that because of, you know, who bred you, right? Who bore you, of course, that was sort of the environment that you were in, and you just got used to a toxic environment, and now that's how you feel close to other people, is through attacking. It says it eats anything, so it can even live in polluted streams and lakes. No one pays any attention to it. Yeah, so again, it eats anything, right? It can even live in polluted streams and lakes. So again, it's like your emotional body, the emotional environment that you're in is polluted. It is toxic, and that's likely the environment that you grew up in. It says no one pays any attention to it. So it kind of reminds me of the energy before, right? Of like a little kid that's like doing bad things because they're not getting any sort of attention. So how do they get attention? Well, they misbehave. And then they get that attention from a parent figure of, you're being bad, blah, 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 even possibly being hit, you know? And that is what they equate to connecting with a mother or father figure. And so they seek that kind of attention because their nervous system thinks that that feels like home, and that feels like love. That feels like connection. So definitely a very intense, deep wound here, Virgo, for sure. As I mentioned in the extended, we are going to take a look into how we can get you unstuck from this, and then what some advice is on how to heal this wound in general. But let's take a look, see. Let's bring some light into the situation before we head into the extended here. Mintaken, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Again, there is this aspect of longing for home. And, you know, it's like when someone feels like home, you need to double check to see if home was a safe space for you. Because it really feels like you're reenacting early childhood dynamics of abuse. And then we have keepers of the earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So it feels like you have some ancestors that are watching, and they want to help you break these ancestral curses so that you are not passing this type of abuse down either to your children or when you decide to have children. All right, let's see what Mother Moon would like to say to bring us into the... Wow, that really... Did you, hopefully it caught on camera, but it just went, whoo. The energy is gaining momentum, and it's coming out stuck, waxing moon. Yeah, so the energy is gaining momentum, which means that it's like getting faster, right? And again, this aspect of, you know, attacking and things like this, it's getting worse, right? Not better. It's getting more. It's not slowing down. Gaining momentum is picking up the pace. So, again, if you had, you know, been working on healing this issue, again, you've been knocked back and now the energy is gaining momentum. So it's really time to take the healing journey a little bit more seriously here. Let's do an inner child oracle to see what your inner child would like to say to bring us into the extended here. Okay, quite a bit. We have the watery. Yeah, it's really interesting because some of you may be dealing with someone who has like Capricorn energy, or perhaps you have a lot of Capricorn in your chart. But Capricorn energy is also the paternal lineage. But as you can see here in the Mintakan thing, there's this mermaid here, which is like, you know, wanting to be in clean water, right? A mermaid absolutely will not be in dirty water. And so there is this aspect of like longing for feeling like home, which of course we know is a polluted sort of stream. But there is this deeper longing of your inner child to want to be in healthy water, you know, to be in a very healthy environment. So mermaid energy is definitely here. And we have the wood. And so again, it's like you want to be a mermaid, but basically because of the toxicity that you grew up in, you were taught to be a beaver, basically, of like, you know, stay out of the water. When you are in it, it's, you know, toxic and sort of damming the water, which is, again, causing emotional blockages of don't feel this way, don't act this way, you know. So I definitely feel this juxtaposition of water and earth here for you, because obviously you're an earth sign and Queen of Cups is obviously water. So really complex stuff, Virgo, but like I said in the extended, we are going to look deeper. So if you would like to follow me there, the link is in the description box below for all Eagle and Phoenix members, which you get access to this extended and all extendeds now and moving forward. So yeah, I hope to see you there, Virgo. But if we part ways here, good luck with the situation, and I'm sending you so much love.